Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking the code on B2B SaaS growth. We're going to build a complete playbook that takes you from a scrappy startup with a $0 budget all the way to a scalable, high-impact growth machine.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with the one question every single founder asks. How do you actually drive serious growth when you have absolutely no money for marketing? I know it sounds impossible, but trust me, with the right strategy, it's totally doable.
So here's our game plan. We're going to build this playbook piece by piece. We'll start with that zero-budget foundation, then we'll future-proof it by optimizing for AI, accelerate everything with some smart paid ads, and finally bring it all together into one powerful system. First up, the zero-budget foundation. Let's get into 5 incredibly powerful ways you can start building real traction without spending a single dime. Think of these 5 pillars as your engine for free growth. It all starts with SEO and content, right? That's how you draw people in. Then you use community engagement and email to build real relationships with that audience. And finally, you use partnerships to amplify everything you're already doing. It creates this amazing, powerful cycle. And if you need proof of how powerful this is, just look at HubSpot. This is the perfect example of what happens when you focus. They didn't try to do everything at once. No, they built an entire empire by becoming masters of just one of these pillars, content marketing. It just goes to show you that deep, focused execution in one area can drive absolutely incredible, sustainable growth. Okay, so your organic engine is starting to hum along nicely, but the game is changing, and it's changing fast. It's not enough anymore to just be visible to people. The next critical step is making sure you're also discoverable by the AI assistants and large language models that are now guiding those people. This slide just captures that fundamental shift perfectly. Traditional SEO was all about getting on a list of blue links on Google. But AI-driven SEO, that's about becoming the direct source of truth for platforms like ChatGPT. The goal is no longer to just be a link, it's to be the answer. So how do you do that? Well, one of the most powerful tools you have is called schema. Think of it like a universal translator for search engines and AI. By adding this structured data to your site, you're not just hoping the AI understands your content. You are telling it exactly what your content means in a language it understands perfectly. This checklist is basically your technical roadmap to becoming AI-friendly. Every single step here sends a clear signal of quality. For example, having an up-to-date sitemap helps AI discover all of your content, while things like RSS feeds push your latest updates instantly, telling those platforms that you're a current and reliable source of information. But look, getting found is only half the battle. Once users actually land on your website, AI can be a total game changer for keeping them there and guiding them on their journey. And the impact here is huge. By using an on-site AI chatbot to answer questions and suggest relevant content, you can increase the time users spend on your site by up to 20%. And that dwell time is a massive quality signal to Google's algorithm. It tells Google your page is valuable, which, in turn, can give your rankings a serious boost. Okay, so you've built a solid organic foundation, and you've optimized it for the future of search. Now it's time to pour some fuel on the fire. This is where you start to strategically invest to accelerate your growth and reach your ideal customers with absolute precision. And here's exactly why that investment is so critical, especially on a platform like LinkedIn. Organic reach for company pages has absolutely plummeted. We're talking a 65% drop in just 1 year. What this means is that the old strategy of just posting content and hoping for the best, well, it's officially broken. This forces a really critical question for every single B2B marketer out there. If you have to pay to play, where do you place your bets to get the absolute best return on your investment? Thankfully, the data gives us a very clear winner. While things like videos and infographics are good, long-form carousel posts are just exceptional. They deliver nearly double the engagement. And it makes sense, right? They let you break down a complex idea into simple, digestible steps, which is perfect for a professional audience that's looking to learn something valuable fast. But a great ad is only part of the equation. To really win with paid ads, you have to be disciplined. That means laser-focused targeting to reach your ideal buyer, snappy copy that grabs their attention immediately, and smart budget management where you start small, find what actually works, and then scale it aggressively. And this table here gives you the actual benchmarks you should be aiming for. A couple of key things jump out. While video ads get slightly higher click-through rates, their cost per click is also the highest. And you'll notice that costs in the US are consistently higher than in Europe. You can use these numbers to set realistic goals and budgets for your own campaigns. So far, we've covered the organic foundation, AI optimization, and paid ads, but we've treated them as separate pieces. In this final section, we're going to see how their real power gets unlocked when you combine them into a single, unified growth engine. The best way to visualize this whole thing is as a growth flywheel. Your organic foundation, that's the biggest part, constantly creating valuable content that builds an audience. Then, AI optimization makes sure all that content has long-term visibility. And finally, your paid ads act as the accelerator, targeting your most engaged prospects to drive those high-intent conversions.
And this, right here, is the most important takeaway of the whole explainer. This isn't a linear process. It's a self-sustaining cycle. The audience you build organically makes your paid ads cheaper and more effective. The data you get from your ads tells you what content to create next. Each part strengthens the others, spinning that flywheel faster and faster.
So there you have it, the complete playbook, from those zero-budget tactics that build your foundation all the way to strategic paid investments that scale your growth. The system is designed, the flywheel is ready to go. So the only question left is, which part will you spin first?